Okay. So, I wasn't actually going to film anything tonight. I'm doing prep for a job that I've got early tomorrow morning, and I was maybe thinking, tossing out the idea of maybe shooting my whole gear prep process, but I think I might save that for a bigger kit, because this kit is quite small. Instead, today, we're going to talk about one particular part of the kit that I'm using, and that is probably my most favorite tripod in the world right now, the Sachtler FSB-8. Now you'll have to forgive me because I don't have too long with this tripod. I've really only got the prep time tonight, the shoot tomorrow, and then I drop it off. So we're limited for time here. But I thought I would have enough time to simply give you the specs of the item, as well as any pros and cons that I can think of. As far as lightweight video tripods go, this is top of the line. It's a 75mm bowl, but that doesn't say anything for the performance. It holds up to 10 kilos. I should also mention here that we are using the carbon fiber legs, not any other sort of legs that may come with the head. This makes it lightweight and bloody durable. The whole construction of it is beautiful and it runs just seamlessly. The pan and tilt functions are smooth as butter, and they've got really good tension to them as well, with 5 steps on the pan and the tilt axis. And there's no need to worry about the length of your camera. Up to a certain extent, of course, you don't want to max out how much weight you can put on top of the tripod, but if you are thinking of putting anything heavier, you'd probably get a heavier duty tripod anyway, right? As most of you already know, I have the Benro BV10, which is a much cheaper tripod compared to this. But in terms of performance, it actually performs really well and stacks up really well against this. But there are a couple of things on this tripod that I wish were on the Benro. So I'm gonna pack all this down, I'm gonna get ready for the shoot, we'll go on the shoot, I'll take some footage while I'm shooting, and then we'll come back here and I'll do a final little wrap up. See you soon. Clearly, we have done the job, we have completed it, and it was a great day. Now, onto that tripod. The Sachtler FSB-8 is by far the best lightweight tripod I have ever used. I'm not exaggerating that. It was such a pleasure to use as a single operator. It was so easy, it just made the job go a lot quicker. I was able to be nimble, and in those situations where you are the only operator and you don't have an assistant, you need that. I'm gonna list off some of the pros that I found about the tripod and then some of the cons, if I can even come up with cons, because this tripod is just so good. But let's talk about the pros. The carbon fiber Flowtech legs have lock-offs at the top only, and all of the legs are kind of within each other. Not having to bend down and unlock the latches at the bottom is an absolute dream. And to top it all off, those latches are very easy to undo in a good way, and very easy to do back up again. So there's no strain, there's no twisting, it's just a simple pop, pull it up, lock it off, done. I know I'm not always looking at the camera, I'm just looking out because there are people watching me. Another pro, even though I didn't use it particularly on this job because I was shooting outside and it was light, it was daytime, the bubble level has a backlight to it, and all you have to do is tap on the top, activates the backlight. In addition to that, the bubble is huge, so it fills up that whole center level circle, which means you can very easily tell that it is leveled. Let me just compare this to the Benro for a moment, which obviously is a much cheaper tripod, so I shouldn't even be putting them on the same level really, but the Benro tripod has a very small bubble, which makes it a lot harder to see if something is actually level or not. You could be ever so slightly off, and that has caught me off on a few occasions. And even though I didn't use this particular feature on the job either, the feet come off very easily. It's just a simple mechanism. So you don't strain yourself or feel like you're breaking the rubber grip like with the Benro. With this one, it's just a simple click motion. So everything is so seamless and very well designed. There are some very noisy birds outside. Another pro, the 75mm bowl plus the carbon fiber legs makes it a very lightweight setup. Now, I was using 2 different types of lenses. I was using a very big telephoto lens, so I was using a 70-200, and then I was also using a very small wide-angle lens, so I was using a 17-35. Point is, it was very wide. Now, obviously, balancing those two on the tripod can be rather difficult because they're complete polar opposites of each other, but the fact that the tripod has a 10-point counterbalance system it made it a breeze. The fluid head motion is also really, really good, and you'd expect that from a tripod that is this much. Okay, so now to the cons. And when I say cons, I mean these are more things that I would like to see from the tripod personally. I mean, I'm really struggling to find cons with this thing. So these are just very minor design things that kind of irked me a little bit. So number one, I do like using rubber pan handles. I think they're a little bit more comfortable over time. I just find them a lot nicer on the hand. So that's one thing. This pan handle is plastic, but yeah, it's so minor. Next, the spreader is a mid-level spreader, which I'm not a massive fan of. I much prefer ground spreaders, which obviously are laid on the ground. I think that might be because I come from more of a film background where the tripods are a lot larger and a lot heavier duty, and that's just where most spreaders are on those tripods. But mid-level spreaders are good if you're setting up on uneven ground, which is kind of what I was doing today, so it all worked out. But another irk that I have with that spreader is it feels a little bit flimsy for the size of the tripod. Now, don't get me wrong, it's made of metal, so it should be fine, and it does feel sturdy in that way, but I found that because it was flat, it was a little bit, I don't know, it felt a little bit loose sometimes and a little bit cheap. Wasn't really my cup of tea, but again, that is such a minor flaw. Oh my god, how am I gonna come up with negatives for this? I would say that the price is a con, but that's because I can't afford it and I wish I could. And if you had this sort of money to spend to get a tripod, I would recommend getting this tripod just because it is so sturdy and so high quality. And that's the thing, if you invest in equipment like that, and you have the money to invest in the equipment like that, it is going to last you a long time. Obviously, with any sort of gear, you've got to take care of it. And even if you've got like a cheap thing like the Benro, you've got to take care of it. If you've got an expensive thing like the Sachtler, you've got to take care of it. But that just comes with the territory. Regardless of that, this tripod is made of really durable materials, so that just naturally makes it last a long time. But yeah, look, that's about all I can say about this tripod. I had a really good time today. It was so easy to use, and it just made my life a lot easier on set, being the only one there to operate, and pretty much I'm taking care of myself. And yeah, my cons aren't really cons, they're more of very slight design things that I would like to see different, but that's just personal preference. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it enjoyable, and if you did enjoy it, please remember to give it a big fat thumbs up, and if you would like to see more of my face and learn a little bit more about filmmaking in the process, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday.